What's up, guys? Welcome back to Games and You. Today we're doing something a little bit different. Recently, Fall Guys came out. It's a minigame battle royale, and Miles and I are going to give our own thoughts on the minigames with this tier list.
Yeah, for sure. This is gonna be pretty dope.
So yeah, game came out recently. It's been a lot of fun, really addicting, and for PlayStation owners, we've had the fortune of getting it for free.
Yeah, how many dubs? I think I've gotten 11 dubs.
I've gotten at least over 10. I got 3 today. Starting to get more the hang of the final mini games, fortunately, but it's nice to know that they're making updates and that we won't be just stuck with 2 final mini games constantly, and we're gonna get more variety soon. I think we
Yeah,
should
for
make that
sure.
quick disclaimer that this is, I guess, the first version.
Yeah,
Um,
so the first patch of the game comes out. It's supposed to come out today, but I guess they're pushing it till tomorrow. But
so I guess we could put, before we get started, there is one game in here that was in beta and that we could probably put at the bottom or just give our
yeah,
thoughts
I
about it,
can't.
or
Oh, here, Jump Showdown. We'll just leave it off.
Jump Showdown. Yeah,
It's done here.
sounds good.
All right, so let's start
Should
out
we
with.
start from Block Party?
Let's just do. I'm gonna do. Let's just put Hex-A-Gone in S tier.
No complaints there. Hex-A-Gone is definitely one of the best ones, if not the best one. A great finale where people will either strategize or freak out, trying to sabotage or just survive. Pretty straightforward. I like it a lot.
It's a mini that kind of has it all. It has luck, it has strategy, you can jump, you can go down to the bottom, and it's a finale, which I think the finales all sort of get like a little boost for being, I don't know, like a little bit more stressful because you can win like then and there. But yeah, Hex-A-Gone's up there. Which one do you think you want to tackle? Let's do like a trash one. What do you think the worst
The
mini in the
trash
game?
one.
Team
I
Tail
wouldn't
Tag?
say this is the worst, yes, but this is one of the worst. Team Tail Tag, definitely one of my least favorites. Put that pretty low. So the team ones themselves, they can be a hit or miss depending on your teammates, but conceptually, Team Tail Tag is probably one of my least favorites because the fact that you could just start playing and your teammates will steal your own tail. Like that's so frustrating. Like I wouldn't mind it as much, but when they go steal my tail and then just run off and get caught, or they just run away and then I have to do the work again to catch another tail, like that's weak.
Yeah, Team Tail Tag has, I think, two of my least favorite things in the game, which are one is the timer runs out, and then that's when the points are decided instead of the game actually sort of building up to, points and, like nothing matters until the last second.
Hmm.
And then the other thing is that I can literally have a tail the entire game, like I did today, and then still lost because, there's like nothing you can do. You can't. I mean, I guess you could try to hold people so your friends can get them, but it's not that deep. The platforms are kind of like you just kind of run in a circle the whole time. It's not the best,
Pretty much.
but let's
Yeah.
move on.
What do we got?
Let's do another good one. Well, let's do like good, bad, good, bad.
If we're doing good, I will say Whirlygig. Whirlygig, I really like.
Whirlygig. Whirlygig is. Do you think it's S or A?
I would put it either high A or low S.
Let's
Whirlygig is a classic.
let's put it
It's
A
a
for now.
race to the finishes are pretty basic, straightforward, but Whirlygig is a lot of fun. There's a lot of variety to it. It's a very forgiving course, I feel like. You could fall down so many times and still make it even to the end to qualify, even if you're like one of the last 3 to 5 people. I feel like there's plenty of checkpoints and it's yeah.
It has multiple routes, which none of the other running ones really have.
Mhm.
You can decide to go for the riskier middle. You can make the jump from the right platform to the middle platform. Like there's some depth there. Like every single game, like every single like round that you'll play it starts with a make it to the finish sort of running one, and I think Whirligig is by far the best out of all of them.
For sure.
Okay,
For sure.
let's do another dick one. What's
Ooh, I could think of a couple.
maybe Fruit Chute?
Fruit Chute, I feel like, is a little mediocre. It's not really good, but it's not the worst of the worst. I put that in maybe C tier.
Yeah, Fruit Chute is very basic. There's not a lot of gameplay. It's a lot of holding forward, and I mean, like the strategy is like, am I gonna go on the right, left, or middle platform? And I feel like the middle platform is just like hell world. Like you just get massacred there.
Basically, hug the wall and pray you don't get hit by fruit.
Yeah, hug the wall, and I hate the like running against the down platform thing. It just sort of, you can't really catch people like ahead of you. Like grabbing people is completely pointless.
Hmm.
It's a good idea that maybe, if it had some variety in like the level or something like that, it could be better. But I don't know. It's mediocre, I'd say.
It's sadistic. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's a sick fucking level. That's another good one.
You want a good one? I got a good one. Slime Climb.
I was
S
gonna
tier.
say Slime. Yeah, Slime Climb is S tier.
Literally separates the boys from the men.
Slime Climb has the most in-depth platforming out of any level. It has little secret jumps you can do here and there. It's one of those levels where it also is instant death, so it's not like these other ones where you just go for middle the entire time and then eventually you'll get it and
Hmm.
still make it. It's, oh, if you roll off the level on the first little jump, you're dead.
Yeah, like it's amazing to see how many people can get eliminated in just this mini game. I actually played this round one, and it went from 60 people to about 12, 11. It's insane.
It's definitely a mini that you can get, a round 3 finale like very easily if you get Slime Climb, especially because this is also one where people pretty proactively try to kill.
Yeah.
They stand on the rolling platform, they grab you on the ball part of it at the end. Um,
I've seen some compilations of that
I mean,
already.
I do it. It's fun. You're hugging a homie and then he just gets massacred. And I've died like, half the time trying to do it. Yes,
Gotta take do
Slime
what it
Climb
takes.
definitely like a god tier mini for sure. Okay. Bad ones,
Another.
bad ones.
I want to say Fall Ball is pretty low, in my opinion.
Fall Ball, I think it's better than Fruit Shoot.
Better than Fruit Shoot, I could agree with, but it's not like
It's
I'd
in
say it's
C.
pretty. Yeah, it's pretty low in C.
If it didn't have footballs and golden eggs, I'd say it's maybe the worst mini, but because
Hmm.
of that variety and there is some strategy to it, you can be a goalie, you can grab, their goalie, you can just basically the best strategy is just to camp the spawn of the ball and then just try to knock it in from, the middle of the court when it bounces off your head.
Hmm.
Um, it's definitely not fun though. I think it's also not fun because right now it tends to be a late game mini that
Yeah, I
it
was gonna say.
combos into Royal Fumble, which kind of tears it down a little bit, but it's still not a great mini because you can, I don't know, it's just like the physics aren't the best on it, and I don't know, sometimes you just feel useless and you just get rolled over.
I feel like that's my biggest complaint for sure about it being when it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna enter into the final minigame. It's like, nah, you gotta do fall ball before, and sometimes the teams are not even. You could have like a 6v5 or a 4v3 or something like that. And it's
Yeah, and
like,
then they just get like
why?
an extra goalie, and then it just makes it even harder to score anything.
Yeah.
All right, I don't want to waste any more breath on fall ball. I'd like to have a contender for a good one.
All right,
I'd
what do you
say
got?
Rock and Roll is by far my favorite team mini in the entire game.
I would agree because like the team mini games, you can have fun with or you could despise depending on your teammates. But rock and roll, I feel like no matter what, it's still a lot of fun, especially when you push your ball to the edge and watch it go downhill to the point where you could continually push it down or try to sabotage another team. I think I
Are
like
we
that
feeling
algorithm.
A tier for this one?
I feel like it's high B, low A for sure. Yeah, put it in A.
It's also one that's fun because a lot of these team-based ones, like Team Tail Tag, for example, like you're with a party,
Hmm.
but it doesn't matter that you're with a party. Rock and roll is one where you're with your friend the whole time. You're saying, "Oh, I'll go run defense. You keep pushing the ball." Like it actually sort of has,
It has more options.
yeah, it has actual multiplayer. Like you're on a team and the team matters. It's not just I'm on a team and oh God, please have it like a tail at the end.
That is true. That is true. I can respect that.
Okay, we're doing another bad one. Should we
Bad.
should we get Royal Fumble out of the way?
Yeah, let's get Royal Fumble out of the way.
It's
Get
not
it,
as bad
get
as
it out
Tail
of here.
Tag.
No, I put it like it's C tier. I put it in
C.
C tier.
I was gonna. I
Like
was
the
gonna.
lowest in C.
All right, I was gonna put this shit in F, but I respect your opinion.
If they didn't put it as much as the finale, then I would solidify that C placement. But since they do put it a lot as the finale, it could be a contender for F tier, which thankfully they're gonna patch at least now.
Yeah, tomorrow they literally said that they're making this one appear less.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously this is an early, you know, version of the game. There's only 3 finales, and they sort of balanced it where there's, Fall Mountain or Hex-A-Gone can be a lot of people. Fall Mountain and Hex-A-Gone can be kind of medium, and then Royal Fumble and Hex-A-Gone can be like a low number of people. Uh,
Yeah.
but it's just not. It's just the worst finale by far.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything against it. I just have a little more of a bias, like not liking it because we get it constantly. It's like just imagine running around with the tail for so long and then oh look, someone snatches at the very last second and that's the
Yeah,
end.
which I think it's kind of hype when you snatch it at the last second, but it's also the
Yeah.
fact that I think on this earlier version of the game, the snatching is not consistent.
Hmm.
And this is a mini that maybe in 3 months is a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But right now it's not the best. I also think a lot of these minis, if they had like, you know, we played Royal Fumble, but there was 3 different potential Royal Fumble maps, that could add a lot to it. Because right
Yeah.
now you sort of learn the map. I mean, we're less than, I think the game's been only been out for like a week, and you sort of already know the meta for a lot of these maps.
Yeah.
But having that change, I think, could save a lot. But anyway, what's another good one?
Another good one. I really like Jump Club. That's a pretty good one.
Jump Club is sick. Definitely Jump Club.
Put it up there.
Uh,
Hell
what
yeah.
are we feeling? It's S or A?
I feel S honestly. I like it that much. But I am a sucker for survival minigames, so I might have a little bit of bias.
Survival ones definitely give you that little feeling in the back
Extra
of your head.
excitement. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Jump Club's good.
it's a fun one for sure. It's pretty simple, but it's one of those like very core sort of Mario Party, like such a basic concept. You basically only need one button to play it, and it's a ton of fun.
Yeah.
Also, this one's great to hug people. This is one. It's one of the better troll levels for sure. All right, a bad level. There's not a lot of bad ones left. I think we're gonna start getting a lot of.
Hoarders.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hoarders. Hoarders.
I
Is
can't even.
just
Oh, there
the
it is.
best.
I'm putting that in above tail tag, but I'm putting it in F.
Yeah. Hoarders is not fun. Like it's okay when you get it once in a while, but you get a lot of teammates who will just like screw around, or since like the balls roll around everywhere, the score can change drastically, especially in like the last 10 seconds. And it's more. I feel like it's more stressful than enjoyable, if anything. It's not bad, but not one I really want to play all the time.
Also, I'd like to point out once again, our last 3 minis are all these minis that the score doesn't matter until the last second, which
Yeah.
I mean, like these are the minis that, when I'm playing really well and I'm winning like a lot, like these are the minis that always like end my streaks. Because it's like, okay, well, fuck it. I played Hoarders. I tried my best. Like I couldn't do anything. All right, let's do a good one. I have one that's really grown on me. I think Jinxed is good.
I actually do like Jinx a lot because even if your teammates aren't doing good, you still have a like survival skill you can
Yeah,
play out.
I think there's I purposefully got Jinxed today because I think
Hmm.
I'm like I don't know. I like jinxing people, and it was kind of cool to carry on that side of it. Because usually I just kind of stand in the corner, but then I'm like, oh wait, I can just proactively, try to help the team.
Yeah, yeah. Being on the Jinx side, like starting is a different perspective, and
Yeah,
it
there's
gives a
there's
fun
there's
new
two
outlook.
sides to this mini, and I think the map's pretty good too.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm thinking A tier behind rock and roll.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's pretty up there.
Okay, that's another bad one. I'm gonna say I think DoorDash is shit.
I have a softer spot for DoorDash, but it is frustrating when someone discovers the right way, and then almost every time the path is just like barricaded with fall guys, like the little beans. You fly everywhere. It's just cluster.
Which is
Yeah,
supposed to be a part of the game that's fun, but then this level is, it's everyone just follows the same path because why would you bother risking it?
exactly. I'd say it's like mediocre, but I wouldn't say it's bad
I'll put it
necessarily.
at the top of C.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Um, hmm. We're getting down there where it's like we have a lot of marathon ones. Maybe we
Yeah.
should get one of those out of the way. What do you think's the second best marathon in the game? Because I think it's Dizzy Heights.
Mm, I would agree. Dizzy Heights is a lot of fun. Um, let's see. Yeah, put Dizzy Heights up there.
We'll
I
put
like the
Dizzy
I like
Heights
the
bottom
platforms
A.
it has.
Yeah, I mean, the spinning platforms has this kind of nice rhythm to it. I'd say the ending is pretty mediocre compared to a lot of them. Like, I think even something like Gate Crash has an exciting end where you're sliding down and have to do like this big jump.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It's a good one. I'd say it's a lot better than DoorDash.
It's pretty forgiving too, I've noticed.
Yeah,
Not like
cause there's no you don't fall off and die. You fall down to the lower area.
just near the end if you like with the final three spin platforms. But
Yeah, it's exciting.
all right,
It's funny when you get knocked over and then the spinning platform is just spinning you in a circle the whole time.
great. Let's see what do we got.
I feel like I have one. I feel like I'll break your heart if I say it, but I think Perfect Match is a dog shit mini.
Broke my heart. I think it's pretty mediocre because it's always like the same three levels. Um, I mean, I'm not super against it. I don't think it's amazing though. People could just like not pay attention at all though and just
I
fall through
literally
the
never
loop.
pay attention. I play by
Yeah,
myself. I don't
exactly.
even pay attention. And then I like 5% of the time, I die with like a crowd of like 20 people. But besides that, like it just needs like it needs something one more little gameplay, something in there.
Yeah, I'd say it's decent, but it could definitely do more to improve. I would put it personally as high C or even low B, in my opinion. Like
Let's do high
I feel like it's
C for
there.
now. We haven't put anything in B tier, and I think
Yeah.
we kind of gotta get ready because I think a lot of these are about to get dumped into B.
Yeah. Let's
Uh,
see.
Pick one you want to do next.
I think if we're going into B tier, Hoopsie Daisy is pretty mid tier, just because of the fact that you could do a lot yourself, but your teammates could screw you over. That's why I feel like it's not higher. But the concept itself is pretty fun, and the gold rings add some good variety to it. I do like the
Gold
map
rings
layout
are
of it.
definitely great. I think like those, the gold egg, the gold rings, the gold, all the gold stuff is great because it kind of gives you something extra to look out for,
Hmm.
Like it's a risk reward system where giving up like where you're running to go for a gold. Also, the gold rings actually spin too, which is like it's hella funny where everyone just bonks on the edge of it.
Yeah.
I'd honestly, could see us putting this in A. I think this might be better than like Dizzy Heights, honestly.
Oh, it's pretty debatable. Yeah.
Maybe behind Dizzy Heights, but I think this is like a really solid mini and a one that once again when I'm with like a squad of 4 people, I feel like we're gonna get through it because
That's true.
we
That's
can
true.
we can all kind of carry our own part of it,
Yeah.
But definitely playing by yourself, it feels like anyone could screw it
You
over
you
for you.
you pray at that point. You have good teammates. All right.
Okay, maybe where do you think Seesaw goes? This one's like a big meme on Twitter right now. I don't think it's that bad.
Seesaw. It's pretty sadistic, but I don't think it's bad. I just don't think it's good for round ones necessarily because there's way too many people you can
I
get
agree
screwed
with that.
over. It's pretty good. I actually would put it in B just because it has its ups and downs. Heh, get it? Seesaw.
Also, it has Trace Strat, which is kind of hype.
Yeah,
Um,
you jump and dive, and you
yeah, you
end
just
up not
dive and you can
ragdolling.
live like way longer on like a.
It's not guaranteed if like the seesaw is completely tilted, but it does save you so many times.
It's also a lot faster because your character would be walking so slowly, but you can just like dive up it.
Yeah.
Um, it's also really fun to be in. I think to be in the front group of this one is really cool because you're constantly having to rush because you don't want the group behind you to come and screw you. So you're like, I really gotta, take the nice lines. Don't let it bend too far. I think it's a fine mini. It's just one of those ones where when there's 12 like furry costume dudes on the wrong side of the platform, it's like, dude, what's happening? Oh, also the checkpoints suck on this one. It's
I feel like
definitely
there's a good amount of checkpoints, but
no amount of
uh,
checkpoints is fine, but what I'm saying is that you'll spawn on the left and the thing will be completely right for like five
uh
minutes.
yeah, that's true. Checkpoint spawning can screw you over a lot.
And then everyone just like kills themselves so they can maybe get the right one, or they have to go back. I
Yeah.
think maybe I don't know how they would fix that because the level is so kind of like it's rather going to be completely one way or completely the other way. But I don't know. Maybe have 2 separate ones on checkpoints.
Yeah, because I feel like the concept is a lot of fun, and it's like an intense mini game. Just the like spawning and then round one having too many people kind of hold it back, but it's still a good mini game regardless.
I agree. Uh, let's do Fall Mountain.
Fall Mountain, I actually do not have a problem with. I think it's a fun finale. The only thing is just like it's just so random where you're just like, oh, I'm doing good, I'm feeling good, and then just a ball comes and just smacks you and just fly swats you all the way down to the bottom of the hill, and you're just like, well, that
I
was
feel
my
like
end.
Fall Mountain, like a lot, like half of these minis are marathon minis, and Fall Mountain is a finale marathon. I
Yeah.
feel like it sort of encapsulates the essence of like that genre of minigame for this. I think maybe working on the spawns a little bit could be nice. Maybe making the platform like wider or something so people aren't like 3 rows back.
Hmm.
I think this one's a solid B tier.
Yeah, it's got a good finale. It can be a little awkward sometimes when like everyone's huddled up when the crowd is way too high and it's like slowly going down and we're just like pushing each other. It's just like ooh, kind of.
Yeah, it's also funny too when you're at the end and people just like bonk off the crown.
That's when your spirits go all the way up and then you realize you got this.
Yeah,
You're
then
gonna
it's like,
win.
oh shit, and then you bonk off the crown.
Mm. Yeah.
Let's talk about. Let's do like block party and rollout. I think are very similar. Block party is way better than rollout.
I do like Block Party more. My only complaint with Block Party was originally on the rails, people would just try to farm each other so they can get on top, or they're immune from all the moving blocks. However, they did say they were going to patch this out, so that's a plus.
Yeah, it's a part of the patch tomorrow. I've done it once. It's fine.
Become part of the
Where do you think this lies? Is it better than Fall Mountain? Is it?
I like it more than Fall Mountain. I don't know if I would put it in A, but I would put it at least high B. Like it's fun to avoid all the obstacles. The only like annoying things I find about it are just sometimes how people will grab you, and then you're just like ragdoll, and then
This is
just get hit
definitely
off stage.
that last hallway grabs, dude. That
Yeah,
kills
they're
so
the
many people.
worst. And then, yeah, I feel like the only reason why it's being held back a little bit is just like players can be obnoxious, but at the same time, it's very dependent. So you still got to give it props for
It's
what it
definitely
does.
a grab heavy mini. It has some variety though with like the different blocks that can come up. Sometimes they're like the little baskets, sometimes they're just the wall.
Yeah,
But I
I've seen
never
more
mind when
variety
this one
lately.
shows up for sure.
Yeah. All right. So rollout. What do you think of rollout?
Rollout is very easy. I don't know how else to describe it. It's extremely simple. It's not a bad mini game. People somehow do lose on it. But I think as I've seen it a couple times where if rollout goes on for long enough, platforms start dropping off of the spinning platforms.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I
I
think
heard they will go
with
faster from
time,
that.
yeah, it goes faster too. So I think with time, this mini could be better, or if they tweaked it so maybe that spin starts going quicker and platforms start falling off faster, maybe it would be a little harder. But I've only died on rollout once, and it was because I was messing around. Like it's such a simple mini, but it's not bad.
They
Uh,
could try maybe doing a compromise. Like rollout usually requires like 15-ish eliminations. What if they shorten the number, but to compromise for that they make like the speed much faster? That would be interesting.
yeah, or maybe had maybe like the blue platform goes quicker, or like the purple one. Like there's different like the different color platforms will have different sort of effects.
Hmm.
And I don't know. It needs some tweaking. I think it's too simple right now. But I'm feeling maybe bottom of B tier.
Yeah, I mean it's fine. It's just that kind of thing where it's like, oh meh, and you shrug it off while you're just like looking on your laptop while you're
Yeah.
spinning
This
around.
is definitely one where I'm like texting as I'm
You
playing
can
it,
multitask pretty much.
and then people are somehow still dying. Okay, what's next? Let's do maybe. Let's save Tiptoe for last because that's I think one of the most interesting ones we can talk about.
Hmm.
Let's talk about Egg Scramble.
Egg scramble, I like it, but at the same time, like as we said before, it's very dependent. Your teammates could literally go and just hunt for eggs like crazy and waste too much time not bringing anything back, or they just stay on defense and just don't protect the eggs. It's you try so hard, and you could still fail.
I'm being kind of quiet right now because I'm a little blown away. I think this is a great mini.
I still like it. It's just those things kind of hold it back for being like amazing. I do like these, like how it says scramble, how like everyone just jumps and goes for the golden egg. I think it's pretty exciting. It's fun. I just think it holds back a little bit because of cliche teammates. But I wouldn't say it's horrible necessary. I'd say it's probably maybe my third probably my third favorite minigame team based. But that's me.
I mean, based on our tier list right now, so you'd put it above Hoopsie Daisy then.
Yeah, I put it above either Hoopsie. No, no. Oh yeah.
Because
I put it
we
above.
have Rock and Roll, Jinxed, and then Hoopsie Daisy.
I'd put it I'd say above Hoopsie Daisy or below it.
Maybe just like
I feel
one
like
behind
it's a
it.
tie. It's like a tie, third, fourth kind of scenario.
It's. I think this is another one where the tails are kind of jank. Holding the eggs is also kind of jank right now.
It's so wobbly.
It's wobbly. This is also I think one of the mini games that I laugh the most at. Like when you just go over to like red team and there's 0 defenders and you're like on blue and you're just like hello yellow people and you're just like taking out all their. It's just so funny. Also, gold eggs are great. Fight like everyone's just fighting over gold eggs, and then as they're fighting over gold eggs, I'm just taking back like 10 eggs to my teams.
My favorite is like the defense aspect when you have a good amount and you just have everyone standing on like the cliff area watching the enemy try to scramble.
As
And you
people
just push
jump
them
out,
over.
you just grab their head. They
It's like,
drop
where you
the
going,
egg.
buddy?
Yeah, I think definitely a good mini. Definitely something that can improve with time, and maybe some different like level layouts. Like imagine if you had to like climb up like jump up like a staircase to get to like your bucket or something, or go up like a large ramp.
Yeah, that'd be interesting seeing like more ways to like enter, exit a base. I like to see that.
All right, next up, what do you want to talk about?
I actually really like Gate Crash. I'd put it at least in B tier. It's another race to the finish. Unlike DoorDash, you kind of know what patterns to follow. It's pretty standard, but I do like the finale where you gotta time your jump right and then pick which gate to get through. Because if you don't, you maybe have like 1 or 2 attempts more and then that's it.
I think this one's fun because this minigame is pretty like rhythmy. You sort of feel it out, and it's really awesome when you're kind of barely making it over and your legs are getting clipped and you're doing like a flip.
Yeah.
The ending's great. I love like the huge jump that you do. I put it right behind Fall Mountain. Does that sound right to you?
Sounds pretty good. Yeah, it's in B tier, so that's what I like to see.
Yeah, I think it fits in pretty well there. What's next?
We got 3 left since we're excluding Jump Showdown. What do you think of
Maybe
Hit Parade?
Hit Parade. I don't like the ending thing when you're just going up like a slime wall.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like it's really hard to make a comeback at that point.
It gives me perfect Chute vibes because you're going up something really slow. It's
Yeah,
just not as long.
same sort of thing. I do like the other parts of the level. I like that when you get hit by the balls, you kind of fall back into this thing. So if you get hit early, you don't have to run as far. But if you get hit at the very end, all of a sudden you're getting penalized very heavily for it.
Yeah, it's a good one. I feel like it's like solid. If I think it's a little short, and then the balls themselves are good obstacles. That's what I like about the obstacles at the end, because they kind of like help separate who qualifies and who doesn't. Because if you get hit by those things, odds are you have one more chance, or you're done for.
Yeah, exactly. I've gotten hit at the end, and it seems like you can just barely make it back. And that's at least the meta right now. I'd say this is slightly better than Seesaw right now, maybe.
Hmm. Yeah, because it's not bad. It's just like it's short and sweet, to the point. But the finale itself, it's a little underwhelming. How you have to like just run and hope to not get like pushed around and that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And these marathon ones are all pretty kind of samey, you know. It's just a lot of running, just a lot of timing things correctly. But I mean, it's solid.
They've all generally scored in the same area. The only reason why DoorDash I feel like is lower is because it's way too condensed and you could get screwed over super easily compared to the other ones.
All right, Tail Tag. This is definitely my least played mini, like by far.
Yeah, I don't actually see it as much, especially compared to Team Tail Tag. That one they play way more often.
Maybe they don't like doing Tail Tag when you're in a party, maybe because it's a free for all.
That could be true, but I have done Tail Tag in a party before a couple times.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've maybe played it 3 times, like max.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of these I've played probably close to, like, even the finales I've played like over a dozen times.
Yeah, it's kind of a quiet one.
I think it's a lot better than the other Tail games for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm feeling like maybe high C tier.
High C tier, yeah. because it's not bad. It is one of those things though where it's like nothing matters until like the last 10 seconds. And people will just like camp around in the middle with like the revolving obstacles, and then you just basically sprint and then you just pray. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's a good summary. At least it's all kind of based on like yourself, you know? Like unlike Team Tail Tag, if you have a tail, you make it instead of
Yeah,
you have
you look out for yourself only. You don't have to worry about teammates.
Yeah, I like
You
the
only
the
have to
map
worry
for
about
this one's
friends.
pretty fun too, honestly. A lot
Yeah.
of good platforming areas like on the walls.
Mhm. Okay.
So here we are at the last minigame for this tier list, Tiptoe. This is one that when we talked about this concept of making this tier list, and I thought this was going to be like a bottom 5 minigame, and I completely disagree now. I think this one is great.
I like it. The only like issue I would have is just how campy people are. Like people will not go over tiles. They will see a pattern and then stand at the edge and then just say, "Hey, keep going. You're next."
Yeah, I think they were smart to sort of make this level a lot more slippery. You like a little bump can just send you flying in this one. I think maybe having some kind like the shaking is cool. And this one feels like super rewarding when you actually go for like a big risk and you make it. It feels great. It just kind of sucks that there's a crowd of 10 people sort of just standing there not doing anything, waiting for the cool people to sort of do the level for them.
Yeah, because if it's like you're brave enough, you're really close to the gate, like the goal, and you make the brave call, and you don't get rewarded for it,
Yeah.
and you get like a tile that just poofs, then it's like, oh, buddy.
It
you
sort
get
of has a
rained.
DoorDash like thing where the people in the front making the active decisions can get screwed over by the people, that are in third or
Yeah,
fourth.
that's a good way of pointing it out.
It's definitely a more unique mini game than most. I think it's maybe high B tier. Do you think it's better than Block
I'd
Party?
put it in B tier. I wouldn't see. This is tough because Block Party, you can just play on your own. You don't have to rely on people or anything like that. But Tiptoe, you kind of do. I'd put it above Fall Mountain for sure, at least. Above Block Party.
Tiptoe is also a mini game that is like, it's not an early mini game, you know?
Yeah, you get it near the end, so that's another like thing to stress out about. Because if you mess up, and there's at least a group of 6 people, 7 people, then you're not coming back.
Yeah, for sure.
The qualify quota is always really low on that.
So here is our tier list. Do you see anything that you feel like you want to change?
I think for the most part, everything's straightforward. Like, all the marathon minigames aren't like above and beyond, but they're pretty good still to not be at the bottom. Only one I see is like the Whirlygig on top, because that's a really fun one. And then like DoorDash more lower because it's a fun one, but it's also like super cluster mess. Everything else looks pretty good. The team ones I feel like have shown they could be a hit or miss because you have 3, 4 on the top, like high, and then the other ones are just like low.
Yeah, team one's
low.
definitely like, just looking at this list, it's like team games are rather like sick, and they add an aspect of gameplay that's completely different from marathon levels, or they're just broken trash and no one wants to play them.
But for sure, Hex-A-Gone, Slime Climb, and Jump Club are all really good ones that I love.
Yeah, those ones are bangers. Like Jump Club is like very simple, but it's such a banger.
I would honestly, at this point, be content with this list. My only thing that I would say is maybe put the Whirlygig low S. But that's me. That's how much I really like the Whirlygig. It's pretty straightforward. You just run and then strategize to pick your route. And for me, I usually just go in the middle anyways and make it like maybe 25% of the time, 50% of the time. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I put it S. I think being the best marathon level really means something, you know?
Yeah.
Because
every marathon
you play,
level could be the same.
yeah, and you play a marathon every single time. So having a marathon, that's great. Maybe we move Dizzy Heights beneath Hoopsie Daisy.
Dizzy Heights beneath.
Just one down.
Yeah, I like Hoopsie Daisy enough to agree with that. Because Dizzy Heights is good too, but it feels a little basic, as every marathon game does. But yeah, I could agree with that notion.
I kind of want to move Fruit Chute behind Royal Fumble. I fucking hate Fruit Chute.
Fruit Chute point.
Can we make Fruit Chute the top of F? I hate Fruit Chute. Fruit Chute is so lame.
I don't hate it that much, but I will say I am not a fan. I feel like it's just
we'll leave it bottom of C, but Royal Fumble goes above.
No. F for Fruit Chute.
All right, yeah. It's just such a like.
I don't dislike it that much, but you can get screwed over so many times.
Like, imagine if this mini was like it was like maybe Block Party, but you had to jump, you know?
Yeah, and at this point, it kind of is.
Like, do you remember Halo 3 Trash Compactor like Forge level?
Oh no, Halo 3 is ancient to me. Like,
well, it was on Reach too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's a level called Trash Compactor, which kind of reminds me of Fruit Chute, where it's just a lot of like, you know, you're on this downward slope and all this shit's just kind of getting shoved at you. But I loved a Trash Compactor, but maybe if Fruit Chute was an elimination mini, like maybe it would be better, you know?
I feel like it would, but at the same time, I feel like people will get screwed even more because when you make that jump to go to the platform, there's so many people who just ragdoll and respawn. Like, it's crazy the amount.
Yeah.
So I feel like a first, like an elimination like that, it will just go quicker than Slime Climb.
For sure. I think that's about it though. I'm excited to play Jump Showdown tomorrow.
Yeah, Jump Showdown, more levels. I'm really looking forward to the future of this game because Battle Royale games usually don't click with me. I'll play some for like a certain amount and I'm like, all right, I'll just play something else now. But with Fall Guys, it's like, I want to play a lot. It's really addicting. They have battle passes that I actually want to reach the end of. They've done good. Like, even if they have some mini games that are amiss, I can still appreciate them and this game itself. Like,
yeah, I mean, we're playing it on PlayStation. If you have PS Plus, the game is free and there's a free battle pass. Like, and the battle pass is pretty easy to get through.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like a lot of these games, like, you buy the battle pass and then they set it up so that way you have to like pay money to like finish it even.
Yeah, and it's only $20 on Steam. If I had to pay $20 for it, I would definitely do it knowing the kind of game it is now. Like, really good. Mad respect.
Yeah, I mean, I think that about wraps it up for this video. I think maybe we're going to be doing a Fall Guys video the one after this, or maybe another Animal Crossing video. We have one in the pipeline, like all edited up all nicely already.
Yeah, we got some content ready to deploy for the future, but until then, I guess we will see you guys on the next episode. Thank you so much for watching.
See ya.